Is Christopher Columbus buried in Seville Cathedral? Have you ever wondered where one of history's most famous explorers rests? If you are curious about Christopher Columbus and his final resting place, you are in for an interesting story. Columbus is indeed buried in Seville Cathedral, a magnificent structure that is a must-see for anyone traveling through Spain. His tomb has been here since 1899, but the journey of his remains is quite complex. Columbus passed away in 1506 in Valladolid, Spain. His first burial took place there. However, his wishes were to be laid to rest in the New World. In 1542, his remains were moved to the Monastery of the Cartuja in Seville. Later, they were sent to Santo Domingo, which is now part of the Dominican Republic. This was in line with his desire to be buried in the lands he explored. Things took a turn in 1795 when Spain lost control of Santo Domingo. Columbus's remains were then transferred to Havana, Cuba. After Spain lost Cuba in 1898, the remains made their way back to Seville. Since then, they have been housed in an ornate tomb within the cathedral. The tomb itself is quite impressive. It is supported by four statues that representing the historic kingdoms of Spain, Navarre, Aragon, Castile, and Leon. This artistic detail adds to the architectural beauty of the cathedral, making it a highlight for visitors. However, there has been some debate about whether the remains in Seville truly belong to Columbus. In 1877, a lead box labeled as Columbus's remains was discovered in Santo Domingo. This sparked competing claims between Seville and the Dominican Republic. Recent scientific advancements have helped clarify this matter. After 2 decades of forensic research, DNA analysis confirmed that the remains in Seville Cathedral are indeed those of Christopher Columbus. The DNA matched with that of his son Hernando and his brother Diego, who are also buried in the cathedral. Visiting Seville Cathedral is not just about Columbus. It offers a glimpse into the rich history of Spain and its connections to the Americas. The cathedral itself is a cultural and historical landmark, making it a key stop for travelers interested in art, architecture, and European history. So, if you are planning a trip to Seville, make sure to include the cathedral in your itinerary. It is a place where history, art, and architecture come together, and it tells the story of exploration and the legacy of Christopher Columbus.